Right, let's have a look at the first question here. This is kind of easy. And then this type of question is testing you on your algebra. So how to score for your maths? You have to fix your algebra first. That's how you can actually score. Right. But I can see who is here. There you go. We got Alia, Fatima, Hanif, Rizal, Gina, Atasi. Okay. Let's have a look at the question. Yeah. Karen traveled from London to Johannesburg and then from Johannesburg to Windhoek. Okay. Part A, the flight from London to Johannesburg took 11 hours, 10 minutes. I'm sure a lot of people are traveling nowadays, including you and me. The average speed was 813 kilometers per hour. So I did highlight the question. So what you should be doing in the exam, you can actually underline. Yeah, you can underline using a ruler, the key point, like what I did here. So starting from now on, when you are doing your own practice on, get your pencil or your pen, just get a ruler, underline. From there, your eyes is actually be looking at the key point so that you don't misunderstood the question. Now, what is actually the question? Calculate the distance traveled from London to Johannesburg. So we just want to also highlight this. Distance from London to Johannesburg. Okay, give your answer nearest to the correct 10 kilometer. Halas, no problem. So first of all, what is actually the formula that I should use? Speed equals to distance over time. So this is the relationship. Because why? Because I have they given you the speed here, and then they given you the time taken, although you have to find it yourself. Okay. So if you want to find distance, so the relationship is actually from the formula speed equals to distance over time. Easy, yeah? I am sure everybody knows this. And then afterwards, you have to find what is actually the time taken. So what is the time taken? 11 hours, 10 minutes. Okay, 11 hours, 10 minutes. So this is the time, 11 hours, 10 minutes. So what is the thing that you have to do adjustment here? The minute, yeah? You have to convert the minute. So I'm showing everything in detail here. You might have shortcut. It's halas, go ahead, do a shortcut. But in my class, I always explain. If you can do a shortcut, no problem. So you convert the 10 minutes into hour. So how to do that? 10 divided by 60. And then 11 plus 0.167 hours. And that is actually 11.167 hours. Okay? And then you can actually put the speed, which is the speed 813. There you go. 813 equals to the distance. I don't know. What is the time taken? 11.167 hours. And then just use your algebra. I always told people, my student, just make your algebra easy. If this relationship is actually divided by, bring it to the other side, it's going to be multiplied by. Easy. Don't think too much. I know that there are a lot of ways, but for me, it's like, why do you have to think too much? Yeah? Why do you have to think difficult? Now we have distance here. You already moved 11.167. Just get a calculator, no problem. Just type. And then you got distance equals to, if you type this in your calculator, 9078. And the unit is actually kilometer. And then check. Check what did they ask you? Give your answer correct to the nearest 10 kilometer. So in other words, you have to round it off to 10 kilometer, which is 9080. So that's why the answer is 9080 kilometer. And you put that in the question, yeah, where you have to put your question. That is 3 marks, mashallah, yeah. Okay. What is the best advice to get score A? Why every year I have my student scoring A for maths? The things that you can do not underestimate. Do it very, very well. Meaning what? Meaning you are very selfish here. You don't want to lose any marks. So in other words, 3 marks here. You have to get 3 marks. You have to tell yourself, I have to get 3 marks. Inshallah. Is that all right? Okay. Now, let's have a look at part B here. Part B. The total time for Karel's journey from London to Windhoek was 15 hours, 42 minutes. So what do we need to do? You have to highlight or underline the key point. Total time. Total distance traveled from London to Windhoek was 10260 kilometer. Okay. Now, they ask you calculate the average speed. So this is kind of easy, but I choose this question to discuss because this is one of the topic that we can actually, one of the easy topic that you can gain marks. Yeah. So again, we can use what is the formula? Speed equals to distance over time. Okay. Again, what do you need to do? You have your time is actually 15 hour 42 minutes. Oops, I have to convert it into hour only. So how to do that? This 44 minutes, convert it into hour. 42, sorry, divided by 60. That is equivalent to 0.7. And you got 15.7 hour. It's very important for you to convert it into hours only. You cannot insert in the formula 15 hours 42 minutes. You cannot do that, yeah? Right, average speed equals to total distance over time. So what is the distance? 10260 divided by 15.7. If you key that in your calculator, you get 653.5. Okay, maybe it's good to have a calculator here. I'm sure everybody knows how to click the calculator. Okay, so we've got like 10260 divided by 15.7 equal. Okay, you got 653. So it's 653.0503, blah, 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 and so on. Okay. Did it say anything about the nearest whatever? Okay, let's have a look at the question. A, they said nearest 10 kilometer. But B, they did not say anything, yeah? If that is the case, what is the rule for your IGCSE? Either to use 2 decimal place or 3 significant figure, if they didn't say anything. So you can choose here 1 decimal place. That's what I did actually. So round it off to 653.5. 653.5. Okay, done, yeah? MashaAllah, 2 marks. So we are collecting how many marks now? 4 marks altogether. 5, yeah? 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Okay. Next question. All right. Again, algebra. Okay. Part 2. The cost of Carol's journey from London to Windhoek was $470. Okay. So you underline cost, that's a keyword, and London to Windhoek, 470. Okay. Calculate the distance traveled per dollar. They ask you to calculate travel distance per dollar. Okay, so how to, for this you have to use your algebra, you have to create your own. Yeah, you have to create your own logic here. Before this, they did give you the total distance London to Windhoek. So that is the total distance. So in other words, distance traveled per dollar is total distance divided by the total cost. This one you have to use your logic because you want per dollar. So 10260 divided by 470. So what you can do, just get a calculator. Okay. So easy calculation. The only thing that you have to figure it out, the formula yourself. So in other words, during the exam, please keep yourself calm, focus, yeah? Don't think too much. Now you got 21.829. Like I said, is there any requirement saying that your answer must be three significant figure or two decimal place or one decimal place? No, there's no requirement. So what you can do, you can take any significant figure. I always like, this is actually dealing with money. So I will take two significant figure. Yeah. So what is actually the kilometer per dollar? 21.83. Or you can take, this is two decimal place. You can take three significant figure as well, which is 21.8. You have to run it off. Okay, they didn't specify, so you can just take either three significant figure or two decimal place. Okay, even one decimal place are also accepted. No problem. Next question. Calculate cost per 100 kilometer of this journey. Now per 100 kilometer. Give your answer correct to the nearest cent. See, for this case, we have to the nearest cent. They have a criteria here. Right. Again, what do you need to do here? You have to figure it out according to your logic. Yeah? What am I supposed to do here? I want to find cost per 100 kilometer. So now you have to, based on your logic, the total distance, you have to subdivide it into every 100 kilometer. So how many of that? So this is what I did. And I just label it as N. So N is the number of how many 100 kilometer in 10 to 60 kilometer. So first of all, your total distance, you have to divide it by 100. You want to find how many of that 100 kilometer. That is N. Okay, halas, you have done that. So now, in order to find the cost per 100 kilometer, take the total cost divided by how many of your 100 kilometer, which is 102. We calculated just now. Okay, so 10260 divided by 100. There you go. We got 102.6. 102.6. So what do you need to do now? Your total cost is actually 470. 470. So you just take 470 divided by 102.6. You got 4.58. 4.58. Okay, whatever. 4.5808, blah, 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 and so on. Now, look at the question again to the nearest cent. If we're talking about money value, we're talking about dollar here, the nearest cent is actually two decimal place. Okay, so the answer is 4.58. 4.58 here. There you go. So in other words, what is the skill that you should have here? First, you have to have the skill of creative thinking. Yeah. And then you have to have a practical thinking as well. So how to improve in this kind of skill? A lot of practice. At the same time, you have to very good in your algebra as well. So this is 1 mark. This is 2 marks. So altogether, it's actually 3 marks. MashaAllah, yeah. So that's why I said, if you can do Easy question, do the best. Do not lose any marks. Right, next question. Carol changed $300 into 3891 Namibian dollar. Okay, so they ask you to complete the statement. What is the statement? The $1 is equivalent to how much of Namibian dollar? Okay, you can use your algebra as well, yeah? Use your algebra. So you can write down 300 equals 3891. If 1, okay, so I'll just, this is very important. We can use ratio here as well. So we got like 300. I'm going to redo this, yeah, because it's very important to have the skill to convert 38. For those of you who knows how to do this, okay, good reminder for you. X. I always use algebra. I don't know. This is the X is the one that we want to know. So what we can do, we can use ratio, yeah? If that is the case, so we can say that 1, just 1 second, 1 over 300 equals to X over 3891. Then to find your X, just use your algebra. So that would be 1 over 300. And then you bring 3891 to the other side, that would be multiplication, yeah, times 3891, and that is your X. Okay, so we can say here, rewrite this, this will become 3891 over 300 equals to X. So that's how I got the 3891 divided by 300. I mean, if you are really good in your algebra, yeah, if you can see it clearly, it's only 1 mark here. You can do like what I did, just do it directly if you know what you're doing. If not, you can actually go through this step. This step is very easy. It wouldn't take you long for you to write it down. Okay, so again, calculator. All right, we're just going to write it down on your calculator here. 3891 divided by 300 equals to 12.97. Okay, you can easily just write whatever you got here, 12, because they don't have any condition here to the nearest whatever. I think to the nearest cent, yeah, nearest cent here, 12.97. There you go. That is that 1 mark. So are we okay? All right, so far any question? Is that all right? This is our first class. Of course, I'm doing a very easy question, definitely. So what is my reminder to all of you? Now start fixing your algebra, please. Yeah, start fixing your algebra. And then start printing at least 1 past paper. Okay, I will give the link to get the, okay, everybody knows how to get your past paper? Yes or no? I need to hear the answer.
Yes.
Okay, halas, you know the link to get past paper. Anybody not knowing the link to get past paper? Okay, I assume everybody knows, yeah? Okay, halas then. So what you can do now, although your exam is in October, November, subhanallah, yeah, time really fly, correct, yeah? Fly Dubai or fly Asia, I don't know, whatever. So you have to start from now on. Do not wait. At least print any, I would say any past paper and start focusing on what? On your algebra first. Algebra first. Inshallah, yeah? because algebra is very, very important. In your chemistry calculation also, algebra is the key thing in order to do very well in your calculation. All right, although I said any question or anything to share, anybody, I'll give 5 minutes towards the end. Any topic that you would like to, for me to go through, by
Teacher,
yes,
can you go through on Venn diagram on the next
Venn
week?
diagram. Okay, next topic, Venn diagram. What else? I can do 2 topics next week. One more topic? Or just Venn diagram? Okay, halas, Venn diagram. Okay. So every week we got one request. What topic? And then I can choose also different topics. So that is all on our maths. Alhamdulillah. So far, to stop recording first.